10 rounds if they have to. The biggest difference between these two fighters, take a look at the records. 12-8 for Richardson. Razor Ruddock is 17-1-1. 12 of those victories coming via the knockout route.
He weighs 220 pounds. The record of 13 wins and 8 defeats. His most recent victory, being over Australian champion D. Waters in August. In the red corner, Sonny McPhee, Murad Mohammed presents Eddie Richardson. And from Toronto, Ontario, with a record of 17-1-1, he weighs 223 pounds. From Toronto, Sonny McPhee, Murad Mohammed presents Razor Ruddock. 10 3-minute rounds.
Boxers.
Gentlemen, fighting under the Nova Scotia Boxing Authority rules. 3 knockdowns, 1 round ends the fight. Can't be saved by the bell except in the last round. Mandatory 8 with a man down. Is there any question on any of the rules? Okay, gentlemen, corners, seconds. You're responsible for your corners. You're going to be seated and quiet during the round. Any violation of any of the rules will be penalized. There's no questions, gentlemen. Shake hands. When the bell rings, come out fighting.
Hubert Earl is the third man in the ring today. He is very small compared to these two fighters. Razor Ruddock looks like he's in shape.
He's a very lean-looking 223 pounds, Jim. This should be a really good one. You have to wonder for Ruddock, though, how much of a letdown it will be. He trained for a tough opponent like James Tillis, and now he's in there with Eddie Richardson, who's a tough opponent as well, but not quite as durable as Tillis.
Well, the Ruddock camp did not find out that Tillis had withdrawn until they arrived at the forum for about an hour and a half before they took to the ring. I know Delroy was very, very disappointed. Delroy Ruddock, the manager, I had a chat with him. He said, hey, that's the boxing game. Now, those things happen. You have to go on, and at least they have an opponent tonight. The fight wasn't canceled.
That's the best situation, because there's nothing worse for a boxer than having a fight canceled. You train so hard, you're peaking, and all of a sudden, you have no outlet for all the energy. And right now, Razor Ruddock looks like he's found quite an outlet for his energy as his jab, a crisp jab, is meeting Richardson.
He's really picking off a lot of Richardson's attempted jabs as well. He's showing good defense early in this first round. Scheduled to go 10 heavyweights from the forum in Halifax.
Richardson's sort of pawing that jab out there. He's going to have to throw it with a lot more authority if he wants to keep Razor Ruddock off.
Left hand by Ruddock, just missing.
And you'll see him hook as the lead rather than throw the jab as the lead. Razor packs a lot of power with that left hook, and he likes to lead with it.
And there's that lead left that's missed, but that one connected. The second one did not. The biggest difference between James Tillis and Eddie Richardson is quite obvious in the height difference. Richardson is 6'5", Tillis about 6'3", was considerably shorter than Richardson, and Ruddock was preparing for a shorter fighter. So this has to throw his strategy off somewhat.
Well, sure, when you're a lot different when you're throwing your punches at a level target rather than punching up. Although the advantage here has to go for Ruddock. It is easier to throw upwards than it is downwards, which was what Richardson has to contend with.
Less than a minute to go in the first round. Razor Ruddock boring in with the left hand. Richardson on his horse, pedaling backwards.
Okay, break.
4 left hooks from Ruddock there, but Jim, he didn't follow up with 1 right hand. And when he fought Mike Weaver, he threw all kinds of combinations, and I'm a little surprised that he was using his left primarily there. He really has to come back with the right after he throws the left.
Well, there are 2 right hands that just missed. Both those punches picked off by the arms of Razor Ruddock.
Winging punches as well by Richardson. Ruddock's known a lot for his speed, and right now he's sort of picking his moments. He's not bringing it right up into high gear. He's sort of turning it on and turning it off. He's looking very confident out there.
almost flat-footed as this first round comes to an end. We're scheduled to go 10 from Halifax. Second round set to get underway, scheduled to go 10 heavyweights. Razor Ruddock in the white trunks against Eddie Richardson, a late replacement for James Quick Tillis, who was forced to withdraw because of a rotator cuff injury suffered just prior to his bouts against the Toronto fighter. Tillis said he fell down a flight of stairs when somebody yelled fire in the hotel and wasn't able to go.
Too bad for Ruddock, I think, because a fight with Tillis, certainly not guaranteed to win. He's a tough opponent, would really be a bright star on Razor Ruddock's portfolio. Unfortunately, he has to settle for Richardson right now, and it's hard to tell how that might push back his schedule that we laid out for you earlier.
Ruddock now attempting to counterpunch Richardson's advances. He just missed with the left and had a grazing right land, but that jab is still stiff and it's still in there.
With the kind of hand speed that Razor Ruddock has, the role of counterpuncher suits him very well.
Larry Holmes said at the weigh-in before the fight that he felt that Razor Ruddock was the only other fighter in the world that had a chance at beating Mike Tyson. Now, you have to appreciate the fact that Holmes was in Halifax to hype the bout. But if he keeps developing the way he is, he may have a shot.
You want to stay here?
I think it might be a little too early to start talking Mike Tyson for Donovan Ruddock, even though they are talking as such. He has progressed considerably since the Mike Weaver fight, where I didn't think he got a lot of leverage on his punches. He was arm punching mostly, and right now it doesn't look like he's really worked himself out of that as much as I think he'd like to. He still has to get all of his 220-some-odd pounds behind him, just as he did right there.
Looping left hand catches Richardson flush and sends him running. Richardson, who started quickly in the first, throwing a lot of jabs, has really slowed down and is virtually on his horse now. Looks like he's trying to survive. Dropping his hands, showboating it a little bit. Less than a minute to go in this second round, scheduled to go 10. Donovan Razor Ruddock out of Toronto in the white trunks. Eddie Richardson from Dallas, Texas in the blue.
Here's Ruddock with that lead left hook again. Picks off the jab nicely.
Okay, break. Let's go. Let's go when I said I told.
Hubert Earl assuming control as the third man in the ring. Judges at ringside for this bout: Foster McNeil, Ron Bryden, and Don McMillan. They're using the 5-point must system. We have been used to the 10-point in previous bouts in Canada, but this time they're using the 5-point. Free knockdown rule is in effect as the second round comes to a close. Razor Ruddock in white, Eddie Richardson in the blue. Difficult to hear the bell with the noise from the crowd. We talked about Razor Ruddock's left hand, Robbie.
And here it comes, the jab from Richardson. Ruddock dipping down with the shoulders and then boom, crashing home the left hook. Thuttering force as it crashed upon the face of Eddie Richardson.
Listen into the corner of Razor Ruddock.
Do some movement this round. Don't go back out there. Breathe and breathe. Okay, you're all right. All right. All right, second.
Art Miles is the corner man for Razor Ruddock, and he really, as we mentioned, has gone through a lot of personal changes in his career in the last year, Robbie. What difference has Miles made to his approach to boxing?
I think he has the aspect I was touching on earlier, the fact that Ruddock has to get more of his weight behind the punches. That's the biggest thing he has to learn. He's big, he's strong, but your power is enhanced so significantly when you can put your weight behind it. It's just a complete difference of night and day, and I think that Miles has worked on that well.
Eddie Richardson going to the body and trying to come upstairs, but that left hand was picked off by Ruddock.
Ruddock Ruddock is really finding his mark. He hasn't had much problems finding the target. A little taunting from Richardson there. I don't know if that's too wise. He's just covering up. He's not even trying to throw punches back. He's already felt the kind of power that Ruddock has to offer. And as early as round 3, he's starting to cover up.
Eddie Richardson obviously fatigued.
Tried to load up with one punch there. That's a telltale sign of desperation when you're loading up like that.
Good stiff jab again from Ruddock, finding its mark.
I think that Eddie Richardson has to do something that's going to get the respect of Razor Ruddock, because right now Donovan's just walking in.
Eddie Richardson, of course, a late fill-in for James Quick Tillis, who was forced to withdraw from this bout against Donovan Razor Ruddock with a rotator cuff injury.
And his hands are awfully low right now, Jim. They're drooping.
Richardson has been in Halifax since last Friday, strictly for the eventuality that there possibly could have been a pullout, and unfortunately it did happen. Fans at the Forum were very disappointed when it was announced that Tillis would not be fighting tonight. They were offered a refund. Not too many took advantage of it, though. I still think they still want to see Ruddock fight.
The best punch right there of the night by Eddie Richardson. Good left hook. Ruddock could not block all of it, and that's the type of thing that Richardson has to do right now. And as you see, Donovan's carrying his right a little higher right now after that.
Richardson really looking tired now as we head into the final stages of this third round.
Again, the left by Ruddock. He's having a lot of success with it. But not much of a right hand to follow up with.
Ruddock almost looks frustrated. Almost looks like he can't land the punches that he wants to get in. Just missing with the left. Welcome back to this special edition of Top Rank Boxing. I'm Jim Van Horn, along with Robbie Sheffman at the Forum in Halifax. Round 4, scheduled to go 10. Donovan Razor Ruddock in the white shorts. Eddie Richardson in the blue. It has been all Razor Ruddock so far tonight.
His left hand has done a lot of damage. Ruddock's left hand, that is, against Eddie Richardson. Strong body work. He's digging well with the left hook to the ribs and to the kidneys, softening Richardson up.
Oh, there's a left hand. Left hand putting Richardson to the canvas. It was a short, sharp shot.
And that just showed you what we mentioned earlier, how it's easier to punch going up than it is going down, because he caught Richardson with the full force of that punch going right smack into his face.
3 knockdown rule is in effect. 3 knockdowns in a round. The referee, Hubert Earl, will stop the bout. Ruddock sensing Richardson is in an awful lot of trouble now. You can see that he is.
He's got to hold on, Jim. He's got to tie up Ruddock.
Another big left hand, and down goes Richardson. There you see still lots of time left to go in this 4th round. Eddie Richardson taking full advantage of the count.
I don't know if Earl's going to let this one continue, Jim. Ruddock coming in for the kill, and there's his right hand.
Left to the body, the right hand just misses.
Richardson has to hold on, Jim. He has to tie up Ruddock. He's just doing the wrong thing.
Another left hand puts Richardson down. That should end it, Robbie. 3 knockdowns in this 4th round, all coming via the left hand of Donovan Razor Ruddock. Almost anticlimactic. All right, let's take a look at the first knockdown. The one that started it off.
As we said, it's a lot easier to punch up than it is punching down, and you're going to see Ruddock bend down, then come right up. There it is. And that's the left hook, the first one that put Eddie Richardson in an awful lot of trouble that he couldn't get out of.
That replay really gave you an opportunity to see the power that was in that punch, with the legs and the entire body coming up and putting Richardson to the canvas. And after that, it was just a matter of time.
Hello, everybody. I'm Joe Butita for All American Sports. Here at All American Sports,
digging well with the left hook to the ribs and to the kidneys, softening Richardson up.
Oh, there's a left hand. Left hand putting Richardson to the canvas. It was a short, sharp shot.
And that just showed you what we mentioned earlier, how it's easier to punch going up than it is going down, because he caught Richardson with the full force of that punch going right smack into his face.
3 knockdown rule is in effect. 3 knockdowns in a round. The referee, Hubert Earl, will stop the bout. Ruddock sensing Richardson is in an awful lot of trouble now. You can see that he is.
He's got to hold on, Jim. He's got to tie up Ruddock.
Another big left hand, and down goes Richardson. There you see still lots of time left to go in this 4th round. Eddie Richardson taking full advantage of the count.
I don't know if Earl's going to let this one continue, Jim. Ruddock coming in for the kill, and there's his right hand.
Left to the body, the right hand just misses.
Richardson has to hold on, Jim. He has to tie up Ruddock. He's just doing the wrong thing.
Another left hand puts Richardson down. That's
Richardson has to hold on, Jim. He has to tie up Ruddock. He's just doing the wrong thing.
another left hand puts Richardson down. That should end it.
Richardson has to hold on, Jim. He has to tie up Ruddock. He's just doing the wrong thing.
Another left hand puts Richardson down. That should end it, Robbie. 3 knockdowns in this 4th round, all coming via the left hand of Donovan Razor Ruddock. Almost anticlimactic. All right, let's take a look at the first knockdown. The one that started it off.
As we said, it's a lot easier to punch up than it is punching down, and you're going to see Ruddock bend down, then come right up. There it is. And that's the left hook, the first one that put Eddie Richardson in an awful lot of trouble that he couldn't get out of.
That replay really gave you an opportunity to see the power that was in that punch with the legs and the entire body coming up and putting Richardson to the canvas, and after that it was just a matter of time.
hello, everybody. I'm Joe Butita for All American Sports. Top rated.
You know, much saw the guy. I've been training for him for a long time, and then they throw this guy in here who seems like, you know, he's a pretty good fighter, but I got him out there with that hook.
It seemed that it bothered you that he was trying to play games with you in the 3rd round. It seemed to make you pick up your concentration and try to end it a little quicker.
Maybe I did. Maybe I should have settled down on my punches and relaxed a little bit more. But like, you know, I have so much to learn.
Your defense was very good early in the fight, and the left hook very, very strong in the 4th round.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Good luck in the future.
Okay.